10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hi everyone, welcome to MA4 Avatar Reveal Party. Hi Nick. Nick is
Hey
here.
everyone. Sorry,
Yes.
I have had technical difficulties with my webcam. So
Crap happens, especially during reveals.
always.
Always. So, dear Martians, I hope you're having a great day. Just almost an hour ago, we revealed the avatars, so you can check what you got during the mint, and you can browse the whole collection of Mars masks and see what could be the other designs you may like. And so today we will discuss about the avatars, about the art. So if you have any comments, questions, guys, please post them in a chat, or as well on Discord. There is a Make Questions channel. You can drop the question there. So we try to stick to our old tradition to answer all the questions. So hope we'll be able to clarify those as well. Great, Nick. Anything to add?
No, that covers it.
Cool. So we'll share a little bit. Shall we discuss?
Yeah.
What do we have? So here you go. Revealed avatar collection. We've seen some of you quite excited with the designs. Some of you may have questions. What does this or that mean? On OpenSea, if you click on our avatar, can you open one of them?
Yeah.
Just to see sort of the traits. So we see the properties. You can have a look at different traits, their rarity, and so on. And if you don't like what you got, there's always an option to swap, trade with your Martian colleagues and get the one you really love, you're gonna use in the future as a PFP. And as well, let's not forget that the next week there are related events for avatar owners. So on 31st of January, we have actually 2 raffles for avatars owners, for MarsMask owners. So on 31st there will be raffles and rewards for MarsMask owners, and then a couple days later, all MarsMask owners will be able to claim the colonist NFT from the first wave of colonists coming on Mars. Just to clarify, 1 MarsMask equals 1 colonist. So there are no other ways. And one more disclaimer, that to get the legendary colonist NFT, that's the only way you can get, only by minting with your MarsMask avatar. Good Lord. Okay, so Nick, would you like to tell briefly for our audience? So we have this collection revealed. So I see there are different helmet designs.
I actually would like to jump in. When you said like what things mean, this was the avatar that I was looking on, and I looking at when you said that, and it got me into a very interesting story I would like to tell. So the true Martian fans among you or may recognize this flag. That is at the moment, the most widely accepted flag of Mars. It was included in Pastel Lee's book, series of books, Red Mars, Green Mars, Blue Mars, presenting like the terraforming process of Mars. And so obviously we had to include that, but there is an alternate flag of Mars, which is growing in popularity more, and it's my personal favorite. And I just saw that up here somewhere. And I think it's a very, here it is. A white flag with a simple orange chevron. And the reason, artistically, I prefer this flag because it looks notably different from every single flag on Earth, which I think is an important thing, because after all, this is a flag on a new planet. But also, there's a problem, in my opinion, with the current, or like the traditional, like with Pastel Lee's flag of Mars, or was it? No, I lost it again. Here. Okay. The thing is, first of all, it only represents one thing of Mars. It only represents terraforming of the planet. That's it. Doesn't represent anything else. And if you think about traditionally, most country flags, there is many, many layers of meaning baked into it. There's also another thing for language, or from people who traditionally speak Arabic, or any language that reads right to left instead of left to right. The order is all wrong. So it is a very cool meaning, but it's so specific that I don't feel like it genuinely represents all of Mars. Whereas the
meaning, showing that example.
Yeah. Let's find another.
Yeah. You just scrolled.
There was one there, but let's see if we find some other ones. The original flag, or like the more widely accepted flag, is a fairly common one. Here you can actually see it, but it's mostly out of frame there, and with an alien face as well painted on it. That's actually quite cool. I did that. But the chevron, I think, I don't know, it's a lot more promising. I feel like it's more, I don't know, I really prefer it.
Okay, so you think that the traditional Martian flag is which is,
it's too one-dimensional. It only is talking specifically about terraforming.
So terraforming, like red, green, blue. So
exactly,
red planet turning into green planet and then into blue planet.
Mm-hmm. But by like the first stage would be populating the planet with bacterias and stuff like that could use the gases and chemicals in the atmosphere to convert to oxygen, to make the atmosphere breathable, and then like to convert carbon dioxide and stuff in the atmosphere into oxygen. And then the final stage, blue planet, is when Mars would actually have oceans again. And that would be like the final stage of transformation. Oh, here's another two of them.
Yeah.
And I just like, although it is very cool, and obviously like it fit the setting from Pastel Lee's books, but it's, I don't know, I feel like Mars is so much more than just specifically the process of terraforming it. Like in a million years, how Mars was terraformed will be like such a distant memory. Like the flag won't represent it anymore.
Okay, but it's again sort of common thing as well for nations, for countries to update, to change the flags.
True.
So I think this could be a long-term kind of perspective.
And obviously, very much this is a personal opinion. Spiros prefers the original Mars flag, and I know quite a few people who do. So it is very much just my opinion, but it was an interesting story of kind of of the not evolution, but of these two competing flags for Mars, because at the moment there is no governing body to decide what is officially the flag of Mars. So it's purely just us like sci-fi geeks who are debating it on what should be considered the flag of Mars. Oh, that looks super cool. I like this one.
Yeah, the war point.
Yeah, that's war
For me,
paint 2.
it's interesting that you showed this example because when we looked at the original story, the masks, having a sort of relation with the war masks, and for me, this example you showed, it's one of those. Is like you take the ancient war mask and you turn into something more modern. It still has the facial expression, it still has the emotion in there. And most probably it has some protective powers as well.
This was also one that I really like. The face paint. Sorry, my internet's not great. So I always laughed about this one. I feel like this one shows just a normal guy who's living on Mars, and he is so fed up of seeing that. Could you imagine, like, as a colonist, like, all the tech you have, like, every time it breaks down, you get this warning on it. And you're just like, oh my God. And, like, he's kind of gone a little bit crazy. And so he just painted that on his face. Like, this colonist now, it does not function. Also, the diamond hand sticker on that is a nice contrast.
Yeah, that's...
Actually, saying that as well, the coloring of the orange suit with this specific like amber mask looks really nice.
It's one of the
I really like that.
More interesting designs. Good. Just while you're scrolling for other examples, I see some comments coming. Dana Bianchi said like he's got the chicken face and he doesn't want to run around with it. But I think Fuzzy corrected him that it should be a raven, and we have raven in our community, so he might be interested in your avatar, Dana. So you can easily probably trade around. Good. Shall we probably jump into some of the questions? But before that, I'll just give a...
I reshared my screen again. Sorry, I dropped off.
Yeah, good. So some details that so you see all the 99 avatars revealed. Going further, so this weekend, guys, move around. Just not you can trade them, you can exchange them. Just not forget to hold them until there is a raffle and until there is a colonist mint. And then sort of early next week, we will decide on next steps. But as you guys may know, so we didn't mint out the full collection. So we discussed here with founders as well. There were different proposals from the community. What shall we do next? And basically we're sticking to the idea that as we're building MCC and 3D game, so it makes sense to allocate unminted Mars masks, like not sold Mars masks, to allocate them for prizes, competitions, and other means, sort of to reward players as well. And a disclaimer that those avatars which were not sold, they will not be eligible for the colonist mint. So the precise numbers will be updated, I assume, sort of on Monday, and then we can deal with the rest. Nick, can you stop at this 557?
557.
Yeah. This number 8.
I really like the color palette on that.
And
like the fact it is the German flag color palette. Like it's all orange, but like red and yellow mixes into orange. So it does look quite cool.
And 8 ball. Why 8-ball?
That was actually inspired by how to explain this. One of my favorite characters from a sci-fi strategy RTS game that I'm not going to mention the name of has an 8-ball painted on his mast. And that was actually the founding idea that kind of got like started this whole MarsMask process, is that I really like the way that character looks. And they have more dome-esque helmets, and just his whole helmet is painted like an 8-ball. And it looks really kind of silly mixed with this super gruff character. And I just love the way it looked. I've like since I was a kid. And so that to pay homage to that, we added an 8-ball into our masks as well.
Yeah, and as well as we have really wide community across the globe, we see that number 8 is a lucky number in some of the countries and cultures. So again, that could be one of those meanings.
Oh, that's
yeah,
kind of
still
cool. Like the sunrise third, I'm painting with the sunrise in the background.
it's a good match, yeah, as well. I like the suit of this. It's like this 564 and this 563.
Yeah.
They look like really experienced, a little bit rough.
Well, yeah, just there's like what I named a Mark 6 Artemis suit. So the idea is that this is one of the suits that first went to the moon and then came from the moon to Mars. So the idea is like this is a gruff old like astronaut. He's been doing this for a while. He's been pioneering. Like this is not his first planet. Well, like the moon isn't a planet, but you get what I mean. Not his first colonization mission, I should say.
Yeah, and same with this next to it, 563. That looks like really fluffy miner.
Yes.
Yeah, but actually, this like minimalistic suit is one of my favorites.
I really like this one as well. Also, I like the shamag idea, like the idea of having like some fabric around your neck. I was thinking about it, and like all of the suit systems and your sensors and all that stuff on your mask is probably really sensitive. And if you get caught in the middle of a sandstorm, what are you going to do? Like you can't see anything anyway. So the idea is that like simple pioneer-esque solution, just put a bag over your head to protect all the like sensors and cameras and stuff like that. And the more I thought about that, like I really like that idea. So there's a couple, like this guy also has one. Like there's a couple different masks that have a kind of shamad like thing. Just to like put over their head when they get in a sandstorm. It just seemed like one of those very simple, very straightforward, super easy ideas that would have caught on among veteran colonists.
Yeah, indeed. Now you moved into colonist topic. So there is a straight away a question from the community. So what will be the benefits for the first wave or Gen 1 wave of colonists?
So
yeah, go on.
Gen 1 colonists are what I'm referring to as pioneers. Like they're referred to just as Gen 1, but they are experienced in a mix of mining and exploring, like resource extraction and exploration. So when it comes to the exploring side, they are very slow because obviously the guy's exploring a massive plot of land on foot. However, like if you average it out from a balance point, taking into success chances and stuff like that, they do end up being fairly cost effective because it's easier to maintain a human than a vehicle plus a human. So for exploring, if you have like 100+ lands or something, you just want to explore them all, then like just throwing bodies at the problem can be a fairly cost-effective solution compared to terrapins and stuff like that. Terrapins obviously are much faster, way faster, like magnitudes faster. And but it requires to explore those like 100 lands, which is 600 slots. A bit more efficient route would be just common pioneer colonists. Then you also have from the mining side, they can't mine for very long, and they have a fairly low success chance, but once again, very, very cheap to operate. But you need to interact with them quite often. For mining missions, they only last for 3 hours, and they have quite low success chances, but it's just $30 Mars4 at the current market pricing to send them on a mission. So it's a very, very cheap alternative. Obviously, once you look at it en masse, even if you were like sending your colonists nonstop on mining missions, at the end of the day, like for the same resources extracted, it's still more cost effective to use a Carcanda. But there's some value, there's a secondary value in the fact that the colonists, because they have much shorter mining missions, you can be throwing them around on different sectors of land. Like if you specifically need a certain resource for something, your Carcandas are probably halfway through a 4-day mission. Whereas a colonist, like you'll probably have colonists lying around, you can throw them towards that. However, like with those two said, a major utility of colonists that we're adding, even though it's not these colonists' speciality, is building. And we'll be adding building structures and upgrading your lands to the MCC. And that's a big part of where colonists will come in. You'll be able to build buildings without colonists. However, for every colonist that you have idle in your wallet is considered to be assisting in the building process and will speed up the amount of time it takes to build a building.
And one more thing I didn't hear, at least in what you said, about the experience and the progression of the colonist.
Oh, yeah.
It is one major difference from vehicles.
Yes. So the way colonist experience works, which is something that I've discussed before now quite a few times, is that colonists gain experience persistently over time, and a legendary or a rare colonist is just they have more time worth of experience already generated. That was a weird way to say it, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, if you buy a common colonist that's purchased today, in 6 months or in a year, I need to triple check what exactly the number is, it will have the same experience as an epic colonist bought at that moment. So the idea is colonists are always getting better, and they're always effectively improving in rarity. So the best colonists, or the most experienced colonists, will always be the first ones to arrive on Mars and begin working on Mars.
And you mentioned as well that maintaining the human is cheaper way than maintaining the vehicle. But are there sort of any needs to serve the colonist? Again, it's a question from our community, active community member, Mars Building Comp. So he's asking, what do we need to serve the colonist? Food, water, something else sort of to maintain them, just
so
ports.
In the MCC, you will not need to worry about providing them with food and water and stuff like that, because the MC is meant to be kind of a more streamlined presentation of the game and the survival experience. So on the MCC, it can be considered as if the player is offline. The same thing, a colonist isn't going to starve to death in the 3D game when you're not online to use him in the first place, because that would just be very, very annoying. So there will be no cost for maintaining colonists. However, like vehicles, they will have their like job cost of how much it costs to send them on a mission. But as I said, that is a very low amount. I believe it's only $30 Mars4 at the current Mars4 price. So it's very far cheaper than a vehicle. in terms of individual job costs. Obviously, what they accomplish on a job is also less than a vehicle, but and then in the 3D game, as many of you who played it already know, there are survival resources, oxygen being the first one that's already in the game, and then we'll be adding hydration and food. We already have temperature in as well. So in the 3D game, there is a lot more survival resources and situations you need to take care with to keep your colonists alive, or to keep them functioning well. But that is those situations are streamlined out of the MCC version of the game, as discussed, similar to a player just being offline.
Okay. So I think, yeah, I think that answers pretty well, yeah, the question. Is it possible to put your logo on the clothes of the colonist? It's the same person asking. So at the moment, not.
At the moment, no. At the moment, the in-game colonists have equipment like most RPG games, where there'll be a variety of helmets and chest rigs and lower suit assemblies and boots and gloves and backpacks, and you'll get a set of these with each colonist NFT. And in the future, we'll be adding more of them. These colonists, as Gen 1 colonists, as they're pioneers, the sets of equipment that you get with them are more focused on exploration and mining. But we'll be adding more in the future that support other cool things and support building, and not support, like you can do everything you can do right now anyway, but they buff those things. For example, there will be a backpack with a robotic arm that increases your mining speed. There will be some lower leg assemblies that let you carry more weight, stuff like that. Others that increase your oxygen reserves, stuff like that.
Okay. I'm going to sort of, we see that the discussion is rolling about the colonist. Coming back to the MarsMask, and there's a question. Do you need a
this mask?
This one is brilliant. Yeah,
I love this mask.
And again, I love how it balances out with the background.
Yeah, it's like it could be black and white, and then you just have the blue. Yeah, the blue cover.
Yeah, brilliant. So, do you need a MarsMaster to mint a colonist? Yes, that's the only way to get the free colonist from first generation colonist wave. And the question extends: is the sort of externally attached? Is the colonist externally attached to the MarsMask, or will there also be a random mint of the colonist? This will be randomly allocated, so we don't know exactly who will get what. The only thing is, what I can say, there is 100 legendary colonists in this first wave, and they will be all distributed. They will be in this pack, and the rest of the supply of colonists is epic ones and commons. So you need to get MarsMask. On 1st of February, you will be able to come to MCC and claim your free colonist, and then you will see what you get. Will it be possible to move or sell colonists after mint? Unfortunately, all game items, we keep them locked until the marketplace kicks in, and the marketplace is scheduled for Q2 initially. And to answer the question as well from someone in community, Diego Garcia, so that applies as well to rovers and lands. So marketplace, we're aiming to deliver in Q2, and hopefully with that we will be able to unlock vehicles and colonists, and then moving further, Q3. We should have an expansion of the marketplace, and therefore we can consider either to trade lands a bit earlier, or shall we stick to our original sort of promise to hold on to multiplayer release in Q4? So that would be my response in there. Oh, Nick, you're showing screen again.
Yeah, for some reason my Chrome crashed. This is kind of a funny one. It's simple, but I liked it.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit surprised. I like the emotion of that character. It's not surprised. It's not scared. It's something. Yeah.
But something like with the round helmet. I don't know. It made me laugh.
Yeah. Crypto Itsuki. I cannot play Mars4 in Japan. Why? That's strange. Please get in touch with our support on Discord.
Yeah.
They may help you. They may help you to answer this question.
It should be playable. I think we even have a patching server there.
Yeah.
So the downloads are faster.
Oh, he says he cannot download.
Yeah, definitely get in touch with our support, and we'll.
Yeah, sure.
We'll sort that out.
Yeah, so I don't see any more AMA questions coming from Discord. So it seems our community now is just browsing through what they got. You can check the exact avatar on MCC and on OpenSea. So on MCC it will be added. On MCC it will be added in other NFTs categories. Some of the community asked why it's not in the inventory, but between other NFTs. And in the inventory, we keep our in-game NFTs, and for other NFTs, these will be sort of not directly game-related items for now. Yeah. Good. Crypto Itsuki, yes, you can play in Japan, and as Nick said, we have a patch server in Japan, so the download should be pretty straightforward. Disclaimer: 3D game is playable on Windows at this moment only, and the Mac build is coming in the future. Good. Nick, anything else to add, to share?
I can hang around talking about the production of the mask for hours.
I wanted to ask you about the symbol. Oh, actually, it's here at the bottom. Here we go. This
Which one?
120.
The Cyclops eye?
Yeah.
There's a few, like you see, it's fairly rare. Only 1% of masks have this, but there's a few, like we have some aliens, and then the Cyclops eye. And the idea was just like, there's always some people who appreciate like stepping outside of the norm, doing something a bit different, blazing their own path, and kind of imagine that, like, the Cyclops, the alien, having a third eye, those kind of things, for just to give more range of expression.
Interesting, because it's like looking at the Cyclops eye for me was I thought initially it was like a Darth's bullseye, and then when I opened that was there.
I mean, what we tried to do with the art style of this is that make it seem like stuff that the wearer of the suit would put on their mask that meant something to them, but it may not be obvious to everyone else. So we wanted to kind of keep that little bit of mystery. Like, someone mentioned like the chicken face. Well, to that person who painted on there, they may not see it as a chicken face. You know what I mean? Like, each person paints something that they feel represents themselves. And like, I imagine if you paint this on your mask, that means a lot to this colonist. But from an external perspective, we may not know exactly what that means. We want to try and capture that little bit of like mystique to it. Like due to the fact that we had to name the traits, that means you could just look at it and say, oh, that's just war paint. But when I looked at this, I kind of imagined it as like the triangle with the eye, but being upside down. That looks like a warning, like the warning sign. And so like he took that one step further and kind of characterized it in some way that means something to him. Maybe this is like his way of like, whether it works or doesn't, like I'll still succeed at my mission. And like that's his way of representing that on his mask, or hers.
That's a really nice idea. Huh. I remember we discussed those like masks in the past, but yeah, it's like every time we speak about them, I learn something new. We have a couple comments. There is a bug in the Italy flag. Okay, we will check what could be the bug. Some of the masks have exchanges symbols reflected on them. It's like advertising them. I don't think it's right. That was a comment from Dana as well. Dana, like at the very beginning, we mentioned that some of the collection will be allocated for our beloved partners who help us to survive and thrive. And this is a contribution to them and their communities. So yes, that's not sort of a direct advertising, but as we're dealing with important partnerships, and we've been collaborating on this collection as well. So that's the reason you see some of them. And yeah, can I use Mars as my avatar's profile picture in the control panel? I mean, Mars Control Center, yes, for sure. Yeah. You can go and upload straight away. It's on MCC, so Mars Control Center, and you add it under the profile section. So yeah, you can change that straight away. Yeah, I'll just post the link to. I'll just post the link to control panel, so to Mars Control Center. So guys, you can go and check it straight away if you can change that. Crypto5, when does Mars4 Redistribution occur? The function is in progress on MCC, and I think during this quarter the landowners will be able to decide whether we vote for distributing the community pool, which is above 90 million Mars4 tokens. Yeah. So that depends on the community as well. We have this additional comment. We can't see Italy flag not displayed. Okay, we will check this. There's definitely, I filtered out. I see 3 avatars with Italy flag, but yeah, indeed, there's no Italy flag behind. There is actually hiding behind one character, but it's not as clearly displayed as it should be. And thanks, Lavomir, for good words. Thanks, guys. Good release again. Yeah. So thanks for supporting us, and what we really see from this collection, that our community is really strong, and despite of all the turbulences we have, thank you guys for backing us up.
Yep. Thank you very much, guys.
Yep. If there are more questions, guys, join our Discord. You can jump in MarsMask channel, and there is a dedicated MarsMask owners channel, because there will be, as I mentioned, all the announcements about the raffles and prizes will come in there. So yeah, please stay tuned. Fuzzy is asking, where's UAE, Saudi, other countries, Morocco? Fuzz, the story about the flags, as we talked, this is sort of to represent the proportion of our global community. So some of the flags might not be included because we couldn't find community members across these. or at least like looking at some of the data. So yeah, and then again, when adding traits, Nick, I think we can as well discuss a bit about that. So yeah, when adding certain traits, yeah, so we just simply had to omit some of the choices and some of the flags.
Yeah, it's a complicated decision of like how many flags do we add, like how many different nations. Just for example, like there's 200 and something officially recognized countries. Like if we added flags for all of it, even just one flag for every single country, that's now like a quarter of the entire collection with all of these flags. And they're like the vast majority of them, like we probably don't have anyone from those areas in our community. So I believe in the end what we decided is we took like the 30 most active countries in our community and decide only to represent them in flags.
Yeah. Good. So I think if there are no more questions, yeah, we can wrap it up. Guys, enjoy the reveal. As I mentioned, you can trade and exchange the flags with others, with other members. So yeah, stay active and let's wait for upcoming raffles on Monday.
Yep. Sounds good, guys. Enjoy your weekend.
And enjoy your Mars masks.
Yes.
Cheers. See you around.
Cheers,
Bye.